Hello, everybody. I get this questioned a lot by the people that I promote to, run into. The topic is always about, well, obviously, because of what I do, I get this reputation. So everywhere I go now, they ask me about Philippine products. So I get this all the time. Hey, how do I find great Philippine products? How do I find that in the Philippines? How do I know which one is good to market into the US? I get that a lot, and I try to do my best to explain it in one word, but I mean one word, one sentence or very brief without doing a whole seminar right there on the spot. But I've come to the point where now I do these live streams, and I figure out ways to maybe just send them the links and explain all the ways that I found through the years and how to find products from the Philippines. But in this show, in this live stream that you're watching right now, I intentionally, with the help of my friend, my partner in crime, so to speak, as that old saying goes, we wanted to show not just how to find Philippine products, but how do you find or uncover profitable Philippine-made products in the Philippines to shop, to go ahead and bring to the U.S. and market that here. And sometimes people don't have that. When with the advent of the technology, with the internet, you could do all that. I mean, we'll delve more into that. So this show answers that question. And let me go ahead and bring up that partner in crime that I'm talking about to sort of explain a little bit more about what we're trying to achieve with this show. And again, my name is Ferdinand from Emporium, and I'll let you meet my partner in crime in a few moments here. But again, the purpose of the show is to create awareness and sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, but not just the sales opportunities, but really help you, the audience, the target audience, understand how to find profitable Philippine-made products. All right, let me go ahead and bring up my associate, my co-founder of this podcast. I want to go ahead and bring up Jeremy Solomon of JLS MEBC. Jeremy.
Hello. Good day, everyone. Thank you, Ferdinand, for introducing me.
Well, good morning, like I tell everybody, you're my partner in crime, so go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
I'm actually now based in the Philippines, particularly here in Cavite. So Ferdy and I actually met over the LinkedIn on his podcast, and he was actually asking me if I can help him, introduce the Philippine product. So luckily, I'm actually part of the Phil Expert Cavite, who's doing a mentoring Yeah, so I was like, wow, is it made from heaven? so,
Siguro
so I
naman, I
was
mean,
like,
I think, yeah, it's a match made in heaven, I know. I mean, at
yeah,
the end
it's
of
a
the
match
day,
made in heaven.
yeah,
And it was particularly the thing is that we are about to start at the time the program, which we wanted to actually level up the this aspiring exporters quality of products, so to say, so that we will be proud of sending those products to other countries aside from the US, of course. It's just that it happened that one of the biggest market in the world is US. It was like, okay, so you know what? Instead of us looking of a particular country, which part of our mentoring is really to look what is specific product. Case example, agricultural products. Like if they wanted to export their banana, is this banana the fruit or is it the processed food, so to say? So we need to make sure that because there are certain area where we need to make sure that if it's a fruit, then the life cycle, the shelf cycle, it has to be fast, delivered fast. But if it's
definitely.
a processed food, then they have a little bit of time to actually send this product on a cost effective way. Cost effective
Oh,
way
yeah.
means the additional cost, like delivery from port to port, from the port to the warehouse of the distributor in whichever country, things like that. So again, my name is Jeremy. I'm actually a mentor for trade export. So I would say uh, I'm focused on really telling the aspiring exporters that even if you have a product, a good product, but if you are actually selling it to the wrong people, then there's a problem. Whether if even if you give that product free for them, they will not use it. So you're just wasting your time. So part of my mentoring is to give them the top countries that they can actually send their product immediately, not on a feeling, gut feel, or their neighbors exporting their product in other countries, then they will follow. No, it has to be a data driven. Their decision making, their process should be based on data, so that they'll not waste their time. So that's the way I would want to approach these aspiring exporters, Ferdinand. All right.
Ikaw
Yeah.
marami kang ikaw marami kang we're gonna go, by the way, people that are watching, all of a sudden, my head is not spinning or I'm not possessed or anything like that, where I
Yeah.
switch off from English to Tagalog, okay? Because at the end of the day, we have a varied audience. We're gonna be talking sometimes in Tagalog, and I wish that I knew how to put the translator in the StreamYard, but
The
for now,
caption. Yeah.
no. So if you're watching and you happen to just go, "What the hell did just Ferdinand say?" And what sinabi niya? Or what language is he talking? I'm talking in Tagalog, just so that you know. Okay,
Yes, 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 yes,
and
yes.
Jeremy
Agree,
did it
agree with
the same
you.
thing.
Sometimes we're gonna sleep. It's our native language.
So it
And
just kicks
excuse
in.
us.
Yeah, it just kicks in. All of a sudden, you're talking, and all of a sudden, they call it Taglish, right? That's another thing that we
Exactly,
hear.
exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Being in
It's
the
innate
US, di ba?
already.
Yeah. Being in the US, so
So,
you have a lot of these things going on. So anyway, with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and what we wanted to do today is explain what our show will be about in an upcoming episode. So we'll go
yes,
ahead and
yes, yes.
tackle let's go ahead and tackle that the thought of why this show. Let me go start with this one, Jeremy, and then you can add on with
Go
it,
ahead.
okay? Why is this show? In the beginning, I told you that the reason why we wanted the show is to help Philippine manufacturers expose their product to the U.S. market and the world, basically. But in the end, we don't want to just do that. We want to really engage the target audience, which is, in my mind, we want to target the people that are entrepreneurial, the people who have stores here in the U.S. because
Exactly.
a lot of people want to start businesses here in the US out of Philippine products, but they don't know how to do that. And on top of that, even if they did find something, is it profitable? So we're going to dive into that a little bit more. And with that, I wanted, Jeremy, tell them a little bit about that. Like, how could they find profitable Philippine-made products? At the end, that's what we want to engage people who want to start a business here in the US.
Yeah, one of the things that I would really want to highlight is that some of my mentees really are, I would say, out of the 10, they're like 8 to 9 ready, export ready, in terms of the rate. And some of them really are 5 to below 5 points. So my idea there is that although they have a good product, but they still have to do some paperwork, like changing the packaging for the appropriate destination country. In our case, like we wanted them to connect to the U.S. market, particularly to the retailers in the U.S. Area. So we wanted to make sure that the quality that they'll be sending to those our fellow Filipinos who are selling Filipino products in the US, that they're gonna be proud of this new product that they have received from the Philippines. So on top of that, we wanted to make sure that there is a little bit of cultural significance, whatever in the packaging. Case example, if they are coming from, say, Cavite, there must be a little bit of a cultural identification that this product came from Cavite. Case example, if they're going to if those products are coming from Bohol, there might be a little bit of a cultural side, the provinces, the packaging. So this is a good platform for them to highlight those specific products that they would want to showcase. And of course, profitability. Kikita ba talaga yung ating fellow Filipinos in the US with your product?
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that, because at the end, what we want to do is we want to showcase a lot of different products, but at the end, ang gusto namin para makita ng mga ibang Pilipino, mga Filipino Americans, Filipino Americans here, na maraming produkto sa Pilipinas na pwede nating i-market dito. But you want to just not promote anything. You want to promote something that is world class, di ba?
Exactly.
Naghahanap tayong ganun.
Okay. And you know what? Just to add, Ferdinand, ang ganda nito is that I actually had this experience wherein we actually sent out exhibitors in Indonesia and telling about high quality, talagang super ganda. And did you know, one of the exporters, a Philippine exporters, actually sent out this, the sword. And I was telling them, are you sure you're going to export this and exhibit it in Indonesia? And they were saying, Jeremy, we are the one who actually made these swords props from the Lord of the Rings. And I was like, what the? Really? I was like, wow, these guys are amazing. And then, paano nangyari? Hindi natin alam itong mga to. Hindi man lang sila nabibigyan ng airtime. So I was like, wow, that's good. Sa isip-isip ka, that's good. That's good that you're sending these products from the Philippines to Indonesia, so that they'll see that our products are really global quality already.
Oh yeah, that's what we're just trying to come across. Now that we told them exactly what the show is all about, why don't we talk about, again, this particular segment? I want to talk about what drives us, our mission and our vision. We sort of go in and out of what we're trying to put together, but I want to officially say, okay, well, what drives me? And then why did I reach out to Jeremy? What drives me is that I've been doing this just like Jeremy for a while now. So for me, it's since 2013. And it's always been sort of more like an advocacy than anything else. So our goal is to really just get the word out about Philippines, not just because it's Philippines. Like I said, I'm going to keep repeating that over and over again. I'm not promoting, or I have not done this journey because I just want to promote Philippine products. We're looking for products that are unique. It serves a purpose. It solves a problem. And of course, it's got to be profitable. Okay. Nobody wants to create a business and there's no market for it. So to me, that's what drives me. And that's my vision, is to have a platform here in the US that can easily market Philippine-made products. That's my personal vision, and I'm sharing that with Jeremy. And I want Jeremy to talk about what drives him and also what's his vision.
Yeah, actually, we are so much aligned, Ferdinand, that my vision is to actually promote Tatak Pinoy. Tatak Pinoy, because right from the start is that
What is
we want to
what is the talk Pinoy?
OMG, help me. Oh, it's recently a law that basically it's, under the Senator Angara's authorship. Basically, it helps the aspiring exporters to actually, and not only the exporters, but also the local micro and small medium enterprises, wherein the government will actually provide them all sort of types of support already. Gone were the days that you really have to, go through a process where you have to borrow money from your uncle, aunties, lola, lolos, just to put up your business. Now the government is trying to promote this, that, there's also already a government that you can actually tap on. Case example, you can ask for, provided that, of course, you have a good business plan, you have a good vision, you actually, the structure is good. It doesn't necessarily that you're operating 2 to 3 years ago that they will give you the attention. Now, even if you are a startup, they're gonna give you some sort of a grant, so to say, to make your idea into a minimum viable product. So bring it to the minimum viable product. From the minimum viable product, show it to your potential investors or clients. Then you can actually have a way wherein they can still give you assistance. That is in the assumption that you still you still need the government for you to bring that product to the investor. So there are a little bit of a stages. So what good portion of the Tatak Pinoy is basically it brings our creativity as well, the innovation. It immediately accelerates because some of the micro entrepreneurs really in the Philippines are really so creative in mind. It's just that bringing this idea into a minimum viable product and to the market is a little bit struggle on their side. It's because of literally the financial side. So those are the things. So again, my vision really is to bring these MSMEs to the destination country. In my case, I am lucky because one of the top, I would say top three consumer is US. And, Ferdinand is here. It was like, whoa, it's a match in heaven, like I said. So, test na natin. Anyways, we have
yeah, I know
language.
we're like you said, we're match made in heaven. Sometimes the universe just connects you out there. I'm just a big fan of putting it out there, and that's what the benefits of doing these shows, because people see you or they hear of you, and this is what you're doing. So
Yes.
hopefully we're gonna do the same thing and bringing out the awareness to all these other companies, Jeremy. Right? I mean, all these
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
So
The good thing
okay,
with this one is that we are bringing the local Filipino manufacturers, to
oh yeah.
the market already, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
That's we repetition is everything, like you said. I always want us to have these conversation where we give each other's opinions, because at the end of the day, we're just here to talk about the upcoming shows, right? So you have a lot of things to say, and I want to. That's why I'm looking forward to this amazing journey with you, and trying to create it in this manner, instead of me always talking about it and inviting people. And now I now have a partner, so to speak. I can bounce off thoughts. So with that being said, I'm excited to do this. So if we're talking about building the show, right?
Mhm.
The next topic that I want us to talk about is the next topic is who needs to watch this show, Jeremy. It's not just going to be us recording ourselves and then going, and it's just only us watching it, right? What's our goal? Who should be watching this show? Who should be excited? Who should be like,
Yeah.
wow, there's these two guys. Either they're funny or they're stupid or sad or whatever. I don't care, as long as we're educational. We're trying to be entertaining and also very
Correct.
informative, right? So in your mind, tell us who you want to watch them besides our families and friends.
Right. Agree with you. In fact, aside from family and friends,
Yeah,
but you know
family
what?
and friends.
There's a
Those only gonna watch is only our family and friends.
I agree with you. They are our first fans, But the beauty of our program really is, for me, it's already a platform for our local manufacturer in the Philippines. to showcase their product. That's one of the things that I wanted to, to show the world that there are already manufacturers of this kind of product in the Philippines. At the same time, we wanted to have those retailers, the potential retailers, may it be a Phil-Am retailer or a foreign owned, 100% foreign owned company who wants to import our product, then they're really welcome. What drives me to encourage is really the youth, the entrepreneurial side of them should go to the side of building their own product to start immediately, so that they would exactly know the beauty of producing their own product. So for me, I would say I would want to, I mean, everyone has their own niche market, niche focus, target customers. But I really wanted to encourage these youth now to actually go to the other side. Kasi alam mo, Ferdinand, lola ko kasi, ang sabi niya sa akin, Jeremy, mag-aaral ka ng mabuti para, para mayroon kang trabahong maganda in the future. And then that statement talagang tumagal sa utak ko, that I stayed in the corporate world for 23 years. And then sadly, I see ko, sayang, if the statement of my grandma could have been, Jeremy, mag-aral ka ng mabuti, magtayo ka ng business mo, and then palaguhin mo at para marami kang matutulungang tao, it could have been a different statement, brother. Diba? Yung kumbaga, yung goal setting natin, diba? Tipong, yeah, you're right, Lola. So alam mo na, Ferdy, Lola's Lola's boy ako.
Well, I don't have a problem with being Lola's boy because I remember, I miss my dear Lola. I mean, it's been a while since she's gone, and as you can see, I got gray hair, so I'm like old already too. But at the end of the day, yung sinasabi mong ganyan, syempre we're all trying to make something, you realize something, make something happen because we promised, and that was our motivation. So that's the reason why I go back to the people that hopefully we reach out to and watch the show. I want them to share the show to people who really aspire. I want like right now I'm looking at people watching this, and I want them to say, okay, these guys are very informative. They're giving me empowerment. They make me feel like I can do this, right? Motivation. So that's the reason why the people that we want to watch this are people who really love the Philippines. They're either distributors, they're retailers, they're boutique buyers. Those are the people that want to show. Now, if you're not any of those, but you believe in what we're doing, then share this content to people, right? Because it's not just about us being on the camera. Yeah, okay, malakas ang, I've got a thick skin, and I think Jeremy is too, right? Makapal ang mukha namin dito na gusto namin ganitong gawin namin. But at the end of the day, somebody has to do it, ano? Why not us? Di ba, Jeremy? So, sabi ko sa'yo, kung halimbawa meron kang gustong tamaan, so to speak, dito sa Amerika, who do you want to see this, to be inspired?
Yes. Exactly. What makes our show very unique actually is that we are bringing the uniqueness, yung value proposition ng mga product nila to be highlighted immediately, diba? So we have a lineup of aspiring exporters in the future that we will be interviewing. So maganda doon is that parang this is already their landing platform where they can actually express their sentiments on the value, why are they what these solutions they're bringing to the market already. So exactly. Opportunities on the other side naman, I would say is that if it's they have a good profitable product, and if you are part of that market that they would want to penetrate, why don't you help them? Help them grow as well, because if you're buying their product, supporting their product, at the end of the day, you'll have a portion of their success. So I was telling our mentees that it's everyone is not your market. So you really have to make sure that you create your very specific persona, target customers, and those are the people that would really ideally will be buying your product. So those are the things that I am telling them, that yes, we're going to the US, but again, not all US people are going to buy your product. So we really have to have someone on the other side that will actually pinpoint us or guide us where are, oh my God, you're the one. I found you.
Yeah, ito bro, yung ito na ang dapat mo. Wag ka na na iba. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
there's more. Okay, before you continue that, I want to go to the next segment, ano? Kasi we have so much to talk about. But I want people to realize systematically kung anong ginagawa natin. So why don't we the next segment? Again, how Philippine suppliers benefit from this? Okay, di ba, no? Galing, ano? Galing na segue natin, no?
Yeah, may mga segue tayo, no?
Yung sinasabi ko sa'yo, dapat meron tayong segue na ganyan na, okay,
True.
yung sinasabi mong Philippine suppliers, bro, at the end, ito yung segment natin, pag-usapan natin yan. Let's do this for a little bit and then we talk about the next segment. Ano? Pero yung Philippine suppliers, sa tingin ko, in my eyes, I'm hoping with this show that the way the Philippine suppliers will benefit, not only will they get free publicity, right? It just all depends on how many people watch us. If it's just only on our family, okay, we're screwed. Wala tayong manonood. But I'm confident that there's people watching, and that's free publicity. Second, syempre they get to analyze and think, and they get our perspective. Para bang consulting din ito on the air na yung kano kaganda yung produkto nila. So those are the two things that I think they would benefit from it. And then here's the effect that I'm getting. Not only are the people in the US watching, but sometimes it also bounces back to the Philippines. Like I've heard some of the people have been on my show before that they say, oh my gosh, meron palang show sa America na pinapakita yan. Tapos yung produkto nila, then somebody in the Philippines sees it. I go, oh, maybe I should carry that here in the Philippines too. That's another benefit. So anyway, I'll give that. What do you think?
Yeah. And I agree with you. It's a two-way. It's a two-way, Ferdinand. Now, meaning to say, there are Philippine-American producers, manufacturers. On my side kasi, bear with me, I'm going to use the manufacturer side because they are the original producers of this product, no? On my side. So if I say supplier, more or less, are you referring to the middleman, the distributor? So in some cases, Ferdinand, I will use the term manufacturer if they are the original creator of the product. I will use the supplier, the distributor, if they are reselling this product. So that, to remove the confusion in terms of my terms of words that I'll be using. So again, the benefits of the Philippine manufacturer is basically they, aside from, of course, we already have a potential target market, which is US. Okay, now that we are actually bringing your product to the US, okay, what is your business model? Are you looking to sell it B2B, B2G, business to government, business to business? Are you going to sell it directly to the consumer? Things like that. So we need to understand what is their business model. So most of the time, like you mentioned, normally we will give them a free consulting suggestion, recommendation, or our opinion. If you go to other country, it really depends on that product, so to say. So again,
other side
of the country. Yeah.
Libre na yung consulting nila, hindi ba?
Exactly.
So, i-record ito, tapos madidinig nila, they're gonna hear it again later on. Oh, yung ba yung sinabi ni Jeremy? Puchi, hindi ko naintindihan kasi nininervyos ako eh. Yung pinasabi niya sa akin. So to me, hindi ba, at the end of the day, when we're doing a consulting live, they can hear it again, and that's the benefit to them. And then it helps them understand the US market perspective. That's another benefit, diba? Right? So I love all your points. At the end, that's what we're just trying to promote. Now, we talked about Philippine benefits. Philippine manufacturers. Well, what about the US side? Somebody in the US goes, why am I going to watch this show? What's the big deal, right? Why am I going to watch it?
Yeah.
Sayangin ang oras ko, pucha naman eh.
There are two sides, no? So again, we cannot control yung audience natin. Some of them are really looking at idea only. One, idea wherein they will use it immediately. that will aid their whatever day-to-day, no, na livelihood, things like that. So meaning to say, am I going to be the buyer so that I would actually sell this product? Or the other one kasi is totally the how do you call this, service provider, business support, so to say, that your product is good. There is a potential in here in the US. Now, are you really ready to export your product? Because I am happy to assist you, but then again, are you ready to? So they have to make sure that, aside from making sure that they have the certificates, process for export, they need to understand that the US also have an importing certifications that, permits and things like that. They have to prepare. So hindi lang one-sided yung idea natin. The beauty of this program is that there is already someone on the other side that is, I would say, expert na hindi ka na magkakaroon pa ng duda doon sa sasabihin niya sa'yo kasi he already have the idea of the US market, brother. Di ba?
Okay. Tama yung sabi mo, pero there's another perspective on that. Let me put it in this perspective. You see, let's just say they never talked to us, but they just saw it. But you see, if there's a Filipino American or a US buyer here, not Filipino, right? But they just want to Filipino.
Pure gan talaga foreigner.
The beauty of what we're trying to do here is that if you are a non-Filipino or you are a Filipino American and wants to know, hey, I want to buy that product. Okay, we found it, but who do you trust also? Maybe you have a relative in the Philippines, right? But maybe your relative doesn't know how to bring the products here, right?
Exactly.
And then you want to check the quality. What does your relative know? Like, okay, well, okay, yeah, it's okay. Pwede na yan. Oh my God, I don't ever want to hear that pwede na yan. Honestly.
Yeah.
So see Jeremy at the end, what he brings to the table, again, this is maybe you didn't think about this because you're so humble, Jeremy, and you don't want to say it. But in the end, Jeremy is your eyeballs to those products. That's the benefit to US-based companies. Right? Di ba, Jeremy? Tama yun?
Yeah, actually, yun nga, like I said, ayaw ko kasing, Filipinos are this much. We are humbled in a way because we wanted them. I would say Filipinos kasi service-oriented siya. And sometimes walk the talk kasi sila eh. Majority walk the talk eh. Parang tipong, hey, Jeremy, can you do this for me? And then they will say, yeah, I will try my best. And then after that, they'll show you the output and then they will say, wow, you can do this? Why didn't you tell me? I was like, pero masyado kasing humble kasi mga Pilipino.
Yeah, syempre, konting kapalan ng mukha na lang para masabi na natin. I mean, you got to be a little thick-skinned, but it's not a matter of being humble. Sometimes, you don't, like this old saying, you don't want to be a secret agent. You want to be like a really cool, telling people exactly what you do. There's nothing wrong with humble, but I feel like that's one of the benefits of having someone in the Philippines also. As a potential buyer, you want to have somebody you can trust that, it's one thing to trust when it's here from a supplier, but on the other side, if I'm going to buy that product, I want to make sure the supplier, not to say na mayroong mga suppliers dyan, hindi nagdedengoy o hindi nagdadaya. I'm not saying that, but obviously anything is possible. You always want to check quality. You want to check the pricing. You want to check the timing, the customer service. You have someone like a Jeremy that will do that. Diba?
Yeah. Aside from that, Ferdy, I actually went to attend a 3-day event yesterday, starting Wednesday, in terms of the intellectual property. And there was this presenter who actually went to the other countries. Hindi ko na sasabihin yung kanilang produkto,
okay.
pero tatlo na ganito, tatlong ganito. Yung sardinas siya eh. Tatlong ganito yung pangalan niya.
Okay. Sige. Para bang maganda ata istorya mo, pero sige, baka mamaya mademanda pa tayo kung sinabi mo.
Exactly, ba, di ba? So they were telling na expanding outside the Philippines, one of the things that they really have to prepare is really yung trademark nila. It has to be registered prior to exporting the actual product. One of the things that you have to do, why do you need to do that? Again, trademark is an investment. It's not a cost. Protecting your trademark is an investment, not a cost. So yun yung palaging sinasabi sa akin ng isang resource speaker, si Mr. Teodoro Calao the fourth. So basically yun yung sinabi niya na, again guys, if the business owners would see trademark as a cost, you have to change their mindset. It is not a cost. It is an investment, long term. Why is it? Because if they're going to expand outside the Philippines, it actually brings the actual quality of the product. It brings out the actual quality, because one of the things that, you know, the IT field would need to understand on the exporting side is that we need to bring the quality at par globally. So meaning to say, if they're going to give you the rights of that trademark, you know, dapat dala-dala mo ang bansa natin. So I was so happy to see the actual trademark in action, no? So of course, some of the countries are actually very strict in terms of trademark. Kasi at the end of the day naman kasi, vis-a-vis naman yun, di ba? Kung may mga foreign products na pupunta ng Pilipinas, we need to filter it. Meron na bang produkto na ganyan? May kalaban ba siya kapangalan niya? Things like that. So unfortunately for that resource speaker who's actually selling that sardines in other country, doon sa Great China, meron siyang konting hurdle. Kasi ang nangyari is that meron na kasing iba-ibang nag-register. Nauna na yung pangalan na yon doon sa China. Naka-register na siya. So what the IP in that country suggested na i-modify lang nila ng konti yung pangalan. So again, so why am I telling this? In the US companies that would want to bring that product, magkaroon lang kayo ng konting due diligence din. Baka kasi yung dadalhin mong product na ibebenta mo sa US is baka meron ng kapangalan. So to make the long story short, tulungan din natin yung mga suppliers natin na, you know what, you have a perfect product, you have a good trademark, you have a good product line, pero meron ka kasing kapangalan dito sa Philippines. So are you willing to, you know, I wanted to distribute your product, pero are you willing to comply with the US IP law, things like that. So if they say, yeah, I can send some disclaimers or adjust our logo that it will not degrade the image and the quality of the product, then it's okay, things like that. So again, why am I highlighting you this? As a US-based
Why are you?
Yeah, I'm highlighting this.
My point that I want people to know, bro, is that we as a show and as a source, we can offer that at the end of the day, regardless of that. So that's why I want the US based company to know that that is a factor in exporting and importing. But rest assured that by listening to the show and getting the benefits of the wisdom and the connection of Jeremy, which he won't say na, you know, magaling siya and he could do all that, but ako na magsasabi, okay? But in the end, what Jeremy can do in the Philippines is that he sort of safeguard all of that. If you're a US based entrepreneur wanting to know that, because all of those things that he said is relevant, because you do need to still check that. You have to do your due diligence. So again, at the end, what we're just saying is that we're awesome. Magagawa namin lahat yun. So, sabihin ko, okay? So, to make a long story short.
It's a long journey tong podcast natin or live stream natin, Brother Ferdinand. So, probably baka 70 years old or 80 years old natin, ginagawa natin talaga.
Yeah, at the end of the day, marami tayong matatamaan dito na tao. But at the end, for this show that we're doing today, this special episode, what's up ahead, I just wanted them to know that we can do all that. Now, the next thing that I wanted to go ahead and bring up is spotlight on unique products. So one of the other factors or components of our show, the components of our show, we're going to spotlight on some products. We're going to bring people that want to go to the US market, right? But I'm leaving that up to Jeremy to explain to you what that's all about and how we're going to promote this product. Again, the title of the show is Uncovering Profitable Philippine Products. So we're going to try to bring you different products that will hopefully you'll find profitable. But obviously, we're going to analyze the product. We're going to tell you what it's going to cost to bring the product here and things of that nature, right? So go ahead and tell the audience, I guess, Jeremy, what you have in mind, some of the people that you have coming up.
Yeah. So one of the, like I said, most of the one that we will be bringing are the Filipino manufacturer. So sila yung unang-una talaga nating dadalhin, no? Na to our program, no? One of the things that we need to emphasize is that there is already a unique value selling proposition by default yung mga product nila. Okay? One of the things that we also need to understand is that we're bringing these aspiring exporters because they already have somehow surpassed the quality control. There is certificates already that they have set up. They are already existing and legally existing in the Philippines. So to say, yung in terms of yung due diligence ninyo na i-qualify yung mga suppliers na to, more or less, na pre-filter na natin sila. Meaning to say, hindi na masyado kayo mag-worry, no? Ang pag-uusapan na lang natin probably in the future is yung payment terms ninyo. Yung bangko ba nila, tsaka yung bangko mo, pwedeng mag-letter of credit to each other and then let the bank do the due diligence afterwards, diba? Things like that. So, in terms of preparing yung mga payment terms ninyong dalawa. What we really wanted you to understand is that we are actually doing the international so I would say framework on how to import or export the product. Meaning to say na sabihan na namin in advance na if you're going to the US, bear with them, pero hindi natin madadala yung produkto nyo kung hindi tayo magko-comply sa US compliancy. And the same manner, na ganun din naman yun Pag nagdala sila ng produkto nila dito sa Philippines, ganun din naman gagawin ng Philippine government They'll probably have to tell them na, you have to produce this and that, things like that. What makes this program very unique to our audience now is that it really depends on what hat you wear on the day itself. Kasi kunwari, if I am a youth and I was inspired by Ferdinand na, uy, pwede pala ako magbenta through Mr. Ferdinand, di ba? Parang tipo, teka, tuloy ko na yung dream ko na mag-produce ng sarili kong product, di ba?
Basta wala akong bintangan, pero nangyari ayoko ng ganun.
Gusto kasi natin, di ba? 2 to 3, sabi na natin 10 years from now, yung mga nagbebenta, mga 15 years old Filipino, di ba? May sariling produkto.
Talagang batang-bata pa.
Batang-bata pa lang, di ba?
Okay lang yun. Kasi alam ko naman, I know that you have people lined up already for our upcoming show, and I'm excited for that, because we're gonna bring in a variety of products. Like, okay, let's give them an example. Let's just say, kung halimbawa, kung meron tayong ano ba yun, na guess, ito yung gagawin natin. We're gonna do something like this.
Correct.
Right? So, when I want to set this up. So again, if you watch our upcoming shows, what you're going to notice is that we're going to talk about it like this. We're going to have a presenter in the show. They're going to watch, they're going to do their products, they're going to talk about their products. And then Jeremy and I will give each of our perspective on why he thinks it's amazing in the Philippines and why it would be amazing here in the US. And of course, unless I turn into a jerk that day and say, no, and that's not gonna happen. That sucks. Huwag mo na sayangin ang oras ko dito. Hindi mo nang mayari. I'm not gonna be that mean, Hindi ka naman ganon. Pero at the end of the day, para bang gusto naming dynamics na sasabihin na, maganda yung produkto na yan. That's gonna be a nice product to market here in the US. This is the potential. So we're gonna try to give you, without sounding too analytical, but at least be encouraging, not only to the supplier, but anybody here in the US that wants to bring that product here. Hindi ba? Tama yun?
True. And I agree with you. There must be a framework, no? That, we're bringing some quality products in the US that would actually, that will help the people that will be using. Pangalawa is the government itself, di ba? Na US country na yung mga dinadala natin dito, hindi nakakadagdag ng pollution sa kanilang bansa, di ba? So, in other words, some of the guests that we will be bringing is that meron na silang tinatawag na sustainability development goal. That, that they are really into community building, they are really into, sustainability, whatever. So, case example, mayroon tayong dadalhin dyan na focus on health and wellness product niya. And if you are a typical Filipino, alam mo na I want to buy that, I want to distribute that. Pero for the hindi Filipino, 'di ba? Sa kanila this is new. What makes this unique, 'di ba? So kailangan at that portion doon napapasok yung seller natin, the manufacturer, that na, you have to tell those foreign people na what makes Filipino product unique, kasi ikaw nakakalam yan produkto mo yan kung ako magsasabi niyan, syempre baka mamaya maidemanda mo pa tayo.
Yeah.
May demanda pa tayo, di ba?
You just want to if you're a US based entrepreneur seeing it, we want you to see the product not just because it looks nice or whatever, but let's be honest. There will be products that it just won't make it because there's no either demand for it, or there's just too many of it, or unless you have so much money to promote it and have a big advertising budget that you tend to do that. And I find that not a lot of people do. We will give you that perspective too. But again, what do we know? Right? I mean, to a certain degree, we know enough to be dangerous. That's why I always say to people, but I'm not an expert. I'm not going to tell you, oh, it's definitely not going to happen. It's just more like, these are what we've learned, and maybe this is something that you might want to consider. We would never on the show be a complete asshole or makulit na hindi namin magawa, right?
Yeah.
It will always be interesting.
Yeah, so what makes our sometimes we're going to bring the manufacturer. In some cases, we're also going to bring some franchisor. Diba? Case example, si Jollibee. Who knows, di ba? Magiging guest natin balang araw yung may-ari ng
that would be great.
Franchisor ng Jollibee, di ba? So parang tipo, wow!
Sabi ko, dapat siguro pumasok sa studio yung si Jollibee mismo, no?
Exactly, di ba? Tapos sa akin, sa side ko, andito yung chicken burger, yung sa akin. Sa'yo yung mascot, di ba?
Basta spaghetti, chicken joy, I don't care, whatever, man. I mean,
exactly.
Alam naman natin na masarap yung produkto nila. But, with that being said, in that segment, we'll also have live demos. So now, the next segment is going to be talking about success stories. Maybe we'll touch a little bit about what it's doing. Like, for example, some of the people that we might bring in are people that Jeremy knows, and some people that I already know that we're going to bring up here, and we're going to tell you their success in the Philippines. And then maybe some of them are already exporting their products, but this is where we joked around in the beginning of the show. But we're not talking about people that are exporting their products in somebody's suitcase, okay? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about legitimate, kahit na balikbayan box lang na mayroon talaga nag-order. Yan ang exporting, hindi yun sinaksak mo lang sa bag mo, sabi mo exporter ka na. Hindi ganoon eh. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of people tell me that, oh, nag-export ka na ba? Oh, pinadala ko sa kapatid ko eh. Nilagay niya sa US na nasa LA. Nilagay niya sa maleta niya eh. Sabi ko po siya, you did exporting, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, okay, sabihin mo yung pamilya mo magagawa. Okay, magagawa, pero hindi exporting yun. Para bang, hindi ko, siguro in the official sense, nilagay mo from one country na dumating dito, no? But at the end, hindi yun official yun. So.
True.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Actually, yeah, to add on, no? I mean, yun yung kasi yung parang sa kanila to penetrate the market, foot on the door. So through their relatives, pakisuyo, gano'n. Pero in reality, hindi nila alam na, existing na yung gobyerno. Andyan na yung proseso. All you have to do is present to them your products and goods, and tapos mag-comply ka lang doon sa kanilang requirements, and then you can actually legally send your product to the destination country. Gone were the days na, hindi mo alam kung sino kausap. And aside from that, we are here. You can tell your case studies, you can tell your stories. And in fact, ang maganda ngayon sa program natin, Brother Ferdinand, is that hindi lang naman yung aspiring exporters ang target natin eh. We are also, the exporters who are already in different countries and would want to tell the audience na we wanted to go to the US. Can you help us? Diba? So malay mo, nag-export na sila sa Thailand, sa Indonesia, sa Singapore, dito lang sa Asia. Pero they wanted to go to the US country, the US area. So this is the right platform para sa kanila to tell their stories to show their product na ginagamit na to ng mga Thailand. So bakit Thailand? Bakit ano meron? Bakit sila yung unang kanan? At least they can tell their stories na girlfriend ko kasi yung Thailander ang ganda niya. So itong product ko, inuna ko na siya. Okay, fine. So ginawa mong family business pala. Things like that, di ba? We can unravel things like that.
Napakagaling yung partner ko, hindi ko iniisip yun. Pero tama yung sabi niya, no? I mean, he's absolutely right. You may be exporting in other countries already. That's great. Now you just have to add on LA. I mean, US. Okay na ako sa na gusto niyo magmenos ng mga yung expenses Okay na sa akin 'yun wala akong problema. Right? Pero wag niyo namang bubuyin ng pagdala ng produkto dito sa Amerika kasi ang mangyayari lang diyan baka mamaya mabisto pa kayo when it comes to US customs. Yung
exactly. And it's really strict na ngayon. So lahat naman ng countries they are very strict na, no? Kasi may mga technology na ginagamit ngayon. So sa akin, ang point of view ko is that kung magagawa na natin na legal yung proseso mo na pagpapadala ng produkto mo, anyways, mag-export ka na rin lang naman, why don't we start it now? Join our podcast every week. Just tell us what you need. Tell us your story. Di ba? Malay mo, may hulog ng langit na katulad ni Ferdinand sa akin.
Yeah, tinan mo. Ang ginawa, kinausap ko lang ito. Bait naman kausapin si Jeremy. Tinan mo, ngayon, nandito na kami. We're talking to each other, developing all the... That's all we want at the end of the day. That's our success story for this segment of this show. Because we were able to connect, para bang we're talking, and we learn from each other. Huwag niyo na pag-isipin niyo muna yung pera. Kasi sometimes yun na nangyayari. Inisip niyo, ano ba charge ni Jeremy? Ano ba yung charge ni Ferdinand? Magkano ba yan? Huwag kayo ng tanong kung magkano. I mean, that's a natural reaction. Let's get to know each other. Hindi naman nasabi sa iyo na para bang meron akong metro na sinasabi ko, okay, sige. Ano ba? 1 hour na yan. Charge you so many pesos. Hindi namin ginagawa Ang ginagawa namin talaga, we're trying to create a community. Siyempre kung at the time that we're selling something, we're all businessmen. You have to put on your businessman hat, Things do cost money. Pero itong education, itong para bang sharing information, creating a network, yun ang ginagawa lang namin right now. Kung gusto niyo talaga gusto niyo nang gawin na yun, siyempre there's gonna be cost. Hindi tatago yun. But huwag niyo naman isipin muna yun while you're watching the show.
Yeah. One of the things that I might add, Brother Ferdinand, is that we are here to actually help you, no? So hindi ito yung sabihin na natin not the profit side, but rather your exposure to a certain market that has the high demand already. Kahit anong data tools na gagamitin natin, it will show their country. So, na malakas talaga yung demand for a very specific product nyo. To highlight, brother, one of the things that we would be inviting are the agricultural products, yung mga producers din natin to highlight. The other one, kasi dito yung mga top products ng Philippines, no? The seafood, di ba? So, maganda ang Pilipinas for their seafood. We also have processed foods. So, yung mga dried foods, tuyo natin dyan. So, they can actually... Basta maganda yung packaging niya. Yung mga tuyo mo yan.
All this talk about yung tuyo, mga ganyan, nagutom na ito. Tapusin nga natin itong show na to para makakain na rin ako, no? I'm hungry, bro. So we keep
exactly. So there are also, Philippines is also good in handicraft, di ba? And mga textiles. We have different textiles now. So again, pinya, banana textile. I mean, one of the best designer in Cebu, di ba? Hindi ko na babanggitin. Baka mamaya.
Madang na naman. Kaya tama na yan, ha?
Basta nagaling siya sa textile and handicraft, di ba? Health and wellness. For all you know, bakit health and wellness? Alam nyo naman, exporter ang Pilipinas ng nursing. Di ba? Elementary yan. Magagaling talagang Pilipino, di ba? Furnitures, home decors, magaganda. Sobrang creative natin dyan. And lastly, yung tourism. Bakit tourism? Well, aside from the Philippines is one of the best destination, you might probably want to, promote us well. Di ba?
Wait a minute. Are we doing trade or are we promoting tourism now? Okay, gagawin din natin yun. Ano ka ba? Ano ba?
Honestly, brother.
Baka ngayon iniinggaan nyo. Now you're trying to encourage all the tourist spots. Well, if we can get sponsors, why not? Ano? Okay, I'll go for it.
Honestly, brother, sa totoo lang, yung mga, some of the exporters, may mga resort na kasi sila. And there was like, oh, parang yung ibang klase ito.
So you're telling me these people
Business
with
niya, grabe. Ang
the
ganda ng
manufacturers have
kanyang
that too.
portfolio
Okay.
nila.
Okay, so you that's another benefit. You go here, then you get to know about tourism. Then you go to know vacation spots. So we're gonna talk about vacation spots too in the Philippines. Anyway, let's move on. My goodness.
Move on.
Okay, so we're almost at the end of the show. So the other things that we're gonna do, let's just really briefly touch on this. Is we're gonna obviously have questions and answers and audio engagement. That's important to us, that we can get to talk to all of you. I mean, I don't know, there's more to say about that, but we want it to be a very casual, but have a structure in what we're talking about. I just don't want to go off on a tangent. Every time you come here, you either going to learn something from us, kahit na hindi kalokohan. I mean, just be other things too. But in the end, we promise you that what we want to deliver is that you'll have a nugget of somebody's perspective, whether the wisdom is coming from something in the Philippines, or you're gonna realize something here in the US that you wanted to know, right? So briefly, yun, just audience engagement. Okay, so and then we'll move on to
so basically the question now there is that they can actually chat directly, no, sa chat room natin. Pangalawa, they can send email probably, or immediately so that we can address. May mga cases na nakakalimutan nilang itanong during the live streaming. So they can still catch up with us, yeah.
Yung mga nahihiya, no? Maraming ganun. Ano?
Yung marami. Mga Pilipino, medyo observer sila sa una eh. Pero pagka sila na lang dalawa, parang talkative pala siya.
Yeah, hindi ko maintindihan ng Pilipino kung yung yung characteristic na kung ganito, tahimik, kala mo bait silang tao, pero pag dalawa na lang kayo, marami silang sasabihin eh. Putya, ano ba naman yan? Kanina ka pa nagsasalita. 1 hour na tayo, putya, you've been talking for an hour, bro. Just ask that
guy.
How to answer that, right? That's why I think it's funny that's part of our trait, which is, that's what makes us endearing to the world. But again, like Jeremy said, email it, talk to us, ask us anything, because sometimes, people could be watching it and they're doing something else. That's one thing I learned. That's why I said, somebody told me that. Don't get your feelings hurt if they're not responding, because for all you know, they're multitasking. They're doing their housework. They're doing chores, or maybe they're in the bathroom and they're watching it. They don't want to hear. Nagpa-flush sila or whatever. But at the end, it doesn't matter. That's why you email us your question. Okay. So, all right. The last thing that we want to go ahead and do is our show will start next week. Ano ba yung date niya? We're gonna go live.
Yeah.
Ano ba yun? July 2nd. August. August na. We're gonna go live. We're gonna go
August
live.
Next month.
Yeah. So we're gonna go live August 2nd here in the US.
August 3.
August 3 ba? Sa US, August 3, ano? Okay.
Friday sa US, yeah.
So Friday, August 3 is when we're gonna go live.
Sa Philippines, August 3.
No, wait a minute. Sa Philippines, August 3.
Sabado.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, Sabado ka sa side namin.
No, what I'm saying first is that I'm saying Friday, first in the US, it's August 2nd, 5:30 Friday. Okay, that's in the US. In the Philippines, it's gonna be 8:30 Saturday, August 3. We're gonna go for an hour, right? So save that hour, and that's where we're gonna begin our first guest for next week. We're excited about the first guest. We're prepping them already for that one. So again, we're gonna try to have these shows again. I repeat, Fridays 5:30. The first one is this coming Friday, next Friday, August 2nd, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, and then in the Philippines, it's August 3, Saturday, 8:30 in the morning. That's always going to be the schedule. So continue to watch us on that time, right, Jeremy?
Exactly, Ferdinand. Yeah. So again, thank you for the, so I would say, time for this specific program na ginawa natin. It was really fun kasi some of the things that they will be expecting, hindi naman natin sila isasalang na hindi sila naka-ready, yung mga natin.
Oh, yeah.
Future, yung mga magsasend sa atin, we wanted to be a guest in your program. So, send us an email, send us a chat if you're interested to be part of the program natin. So, okay lang. We will give you prep ups naman, the so-called onboarding kits natin na tinatawag para at least ready naman kayo. Hindi namin kayo bibigyan ng puro edit. Paki-delete dito, paki-delete yan.
Tayo, itong show na to, hindi ganun na-edit. At the end of the day, we want it to be as fun and lively as possible. We're not perfectionists. We just go on the air, but we want it to be orderly. We want it to be informative. We want it to be fun. We want you to enjoy just talking to us, and we're easy to talk to. Si Jeremy, putya, we've been talking for at least 2 hours, even before the show. I think we can keep on talking. That's just our personality. At the end of the day, so we enjoyed that. Si Jeremy, I think siguro ang gagawin ko lang kay Jeremy, siya lang magiging for 30 minutes na lang kasi marami siyang alam eh.
Walang ganun na.
Si Jeremy,
exchange time dalawa, Ferdinand.
Hindi ko siya pinapahiya, sinasabi ko ng totoo, marami alam yan eh. That's why swerte ako na connect kami kasi nga kahit nasabihin nyo na marami akong alam dito, or I have a lot of knowledge of the US market to a certain degree, what's relevant, I'm not saying that I'm an expert, I'm an advocate. Knowing someone like Jeremy is going to sort of elevate what I've been wanting to happen for Emporium. And it just happens that we're at that stage that where Jeremy and I are talking, because he has his own separate company that hopefully in the end will continue to be these two people that will sort of unite and continue a solid collaboration. But for now, our goal is just to share the journey together. Okay, magdadrama ako ng konti. Dapat merong konting music na para bang malungkot eh. Para bang motivation.
Edit mo na lang.
Sana dapat meron ang music. Okay, so sabihin ko na lang na right now, I feel like we're on a road, we're on a path. Jeremy just happens to be in the same road, right? And in the US, there's such thing as freeways. So Jeremy's currently with me now. We're gonna go on this journey together. Hopefully, we get to make a difference in people's lives, whether you're an exporter, business entrepreneur here in the US, or an entrepreneur, I should say. And that's what we hope. That's what we're hoping for this show to accomplish, just like what we said in the beginning. So, Jeremy, since I'm such a sweetheart of a guy, I'll let you end the show, and then we're gonna go end that show from your last word. Pero, huwag mo naman tagalan, ha?
And again, first and foremost, probably we are in this stage wherein gusto natin kasing i-promote ang Philippines, no? So, I'm an advocate of Tatak Pinoy. So, where do we start? Diba? So one of the things that we need to understand is that everyone will actually start on awareness program. So in short, andito kayo sa stage na yon. Kasi there are 5 stages. There's awareness, consideration, conversion, loyalty, and advocacy. That's the customer journey. Nandito kayo sa platform wherein nandun tayo sa awareness side. So again, hindi ka makakabenta kung hindi ka nila alam ang produkto mo. So again, this is the platform. We are open to anyone Filipinos, particularly manufacturers, who would want to expand outside the Philippines. Kasi again, kung ang mga OFW are the new heroes today, sa akin, paningin ko naman is that the future heroes of the Philippines in the future are the exporters naman. Yun naman yung gusto kong i-advocate na, again guys, if you wanted to be part of the solution of our country, yung produkto mo, dalhin mo to the next level. Gawin natin is that, aside from making it na masarap, maganda, may unique value proposition yan, dalhin natin siya sa mga countries that basically has the high demand for it na. Kasi alam natin na you have to connect to the people, to the right people. So what we're saying is that we are here to actually, yung goal namin is to connect you to those people na. So hindi ka na more or less hindi ka makaka-encounter that, you know, some scrupulous agency na gagawa sila ng mga whatever campaigns nila, pero dulo hindi naman pala nila ipapadala yung produkto mo sa kabilang bansa, or you know, patatagalin pa nila yung produkto mo na makarating sa destination country mo. So that's my part, Ferdinand, na we wanted to have the stage prep up na. This is an awareness platform that you already have the manufacturer side, the Filipinos manufacture a platform where they can create the awareness program, and you already have the side, ng consideration side, nandun na siya kay US. So they are on the stage na, i-consider ko bang bilhin yung produkto mo, Mr. Seller, dito sa US. So nasa consideration side siya. So if you are able to convince Ferdinand na itong produkto namin, Ferdy, mayroong chance yan sa US. O sige, bet tayo, 1 litro at saka 1 Jollibee, di ba? So things like that. So malay mo natin, di ba? So malay mo, parang kami ni Ferdy, made in heaven. Joke lang, brother.
Made in heaven tayo, pero gusto mo bang 1 more hour tayo or what?
All right. Just to wrap up everything. Thank you.
Yung mga tao, sabi ko sa iyo, yun lang. Thank you for watching the show. And we hope that you will show up next week when we do our official show for where we have a guest in the studio, or rather as part of the virtual studio. With that being said, thank you guys for having us and watching us, and please expect a lot more from us. Thank you.
Thank you.